Should standardized tests be the main way to get into college? School is not easy, plain and simple. There are a select rare group of people who actually enjoy school. However, for the rest of society, school is an unbearable, life-draining, mental exhausting experience, and a great portion of that is due to standardized tests and the pressure that surrounds them. Standardized testing is a problem across the country because a lot of colleges require up entry a complete standardized test to show your general basic knowledge. While there is no problem with having a way to measure a student's intelligence, however, standardized testing should be abandoned as the main form of calculating a student's intelligence and how to get into college. Due to the pressure of that test, how is it that it does not accurately measure one's full intelligence, encourage a one-size-fits-all curriculum, and promotes a culture of cheating? Taking into consideration all of these accounts, it makes one wonder, should standardized tests be the main way to get into college? There is a lot of standardized tests that students attempt to take to try and further their education, some of which include the commonly known one as GED, SAT, and ACT. There are a lot of large tests for a student's education and equally important. With such an important test to handle and prepare, but there is a lot of pressure. With such pressure from standardized testing, it has a lasting effect on students. The Washington Post article quotes, "There is nothing creative or imaginative about filling in a bubble sheet for multiple choice tests. Students are so tired of prepping and taking standardized tests that some have protested by dressing up as zombies to protest. And thousands of families are obtaining their children out of taking high-stakes exams. There has been a number of studies that show standardized have led students to anxiety, depression, and dropping out of high school. However, this pressure is not only placed on students, but the teachers and faculties as well. Because if students do not do well, then it is assumed that the teachers are not teaching properly, thus starting a reaction of basing all the students' education around a standardized test. Since there is a large demand for higher aptitudes and results on standardized tests, the local approach that most teachers take is to base the teaching curriculum for students to fit the need of the standardized test. However, there are many dilemmas with this. One-size-fits-all curriculum. An article from the Harvard website is quoted saying, "The pressure to raise test scores have become so strong that testing often degrades instruction rather than improving it." Examples of issue with the one-fit-size-all curriculum are the fact that since there is punishment on teachers if the students don't do well, they try to teach only to pass. A standardized test and not the need of students and their individual learning abilities. Not all students learn the same. So by correlation, if they're not being taught the same, then as a teacher, one is not unlocking the full capacity of the students, but rather attempting to fill a passing quota. This then causes the students to think that they're either dumb, incapable of learning, or that the school isn't meant for them, which in turn increases the dropout rate. All the issues cause one to think, does standardized testing really measure the full capacity of a student? Standardized tests usually cover in-depth comprehension of math, English, reading, and writing. Because of one-size-fits-all curriculum, students are taught around the test and not what they actually should be learning, and taking away measured life skills and things towards that they only want to learn. Learning just for a standardized test costs a lot of information not to be retained for college. There are many examples in which students are unable to retain or computer or continue mathematics required for the major, all because they were too focused on standardized tests such as ACT and ACT. For example, this is the amount of students that have anxiety due to a number of standardized tests, and as it increases, it only causes depression and confusion, which leads them to drop out and increases the rate of not going to college.